Facebook, and I'll also be posting this on YouTube. And I want to make sure I get a very hardcore, direct approach to this, no holds barred, Mike Tyson knockout on this. In 2015, I entered something I never knew, didn't know anything about it. That was the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival. I was a finalist, a gold medal finalist in 2016, went to Jackson, Mississippi. That gave me a lot of positive energy, a lot of anxiety, good anxiety. It's like cholesterol. You got good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. Anxiety is the same way. You got good anxiety, you got bad anxiety. I had a lot of good anxiety. Hair standing on end. Yeah, like that, very excited. And I thought, wow, I'm gonna be a part of something bigger. 2017, I entered it. I didn't win. That's fine. I understand that. But 2017, the Community Rebuilders recognized me a veteran of art, a veteran of influence in art and music, and gave me a statue and a plaque and an award, and got a certificate. Got a couple letters from the senator. So this is really nailing how this is what I want to do. This is really what I want to do. I want to get this started because there was nothing here in Wyoming, and nothing in Grand Rapids. I mean, if you wanted to go to art and music therapy, and that's what it was called, you had to go to Battle Creek for that. They told me that if you wanted something in Grand Rapids, there's a Guitars for Vets program at the Grand Rapids home. So I went there. And they told me there not to come back again. If you take 12 lessons, you get a free guitar. Well, they told me I knew more than they did, and they couldn't teach me anything, and I make them look bad, so they advised me to come out no more. I go, oh, shit. Okay, now what? I ain't got nothing here. They don't want me there. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it myself. I'm going to try to get something started here myself. I can't find nothing here. I'm going to make something. That's just a mother invention. Necessity is a mother invention. You can't find what you want, you make it. Well, I entered the Michigan Veterans Entrepreneur Lab on the premise and the idea of having classes taught to veterans free of charge in art and music and anything creative arts. I can only offer what I can do. So I won $2,000 on that. There's a lot of people that was there. There's people that was there that they know that because they had nothing here. 2018, I entered the National Veterans Creative Arts. Again, I got gold medalist. Went to Des Moines, Iowa. Again, this is really hammering on the fact, Bill, we need something here in Grand Rapids. I approached the Battle Creek director on several occasions. I met him in Des Moines, the new guy, the new director. I have sent notes to him. I talked to the director at Wyoming Clinic about having a program there. And now, we can't call it therapy because I'm not a therapist, but we could say it's an alternative way of coping with PTSD and anxiety. A peer-to-peer session, if you will. Not led by a counselor or a therapist or a non-veteran. Somebody who's actually been there, boots the ground, knows what you're going through, and can relate. So it's more about camaraderie than it is classes, but we're using the classes to build the camaraderie. I was told by the director that best that you do start something outside of the community. Well, I asked if I could volunteer. Okay, well, they went through a background check, found out, okay, yeah, you can volunteer. They set me up to went down there and talked to the volunteer organizer. I don't know her name. The appointment was there. I went to the appointment. I was there at the appointment. The lady who I was supposed to meet wasn't there. I went and talked to the director's assistants who walked me to that lady's office. They know I was there. Well, she called me back up and said, well, we don't think you'd be happy doing this. I said, well, how do you know? That's what I want to do. That's the reason I'm here. She never let me have another time or date because she didn't think that I'd be happy doing that. Well, I knew that if I wanted to volunteer for the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival this year here at Kalamazoo, that I had to go through the orientation. And I tried to go through the orientation. In fact, Kimberly Zeal, the lady in charge at Battle Creek, told me flat out at Battle Creek, one, that I make other veterans feel uncomfortable. I hear crickets. Don't you hear crickets? I'm like, oh, really? Two, she said that she didn't think I was reliable because I failed to show up for my orientation. I stopped her right there. I said, ma'am, I was there. The person who I had supposed to have the orientation with failed to show up. didn't reschedule, but now it makes me look bad because she said I was not reliable. For the past 3 years, 2 I know of, at least 2 years, 2 years. Past 2 years, I had a booth at the stand down here at Wyoming Clinic. Okay, the VA has, every VA has a stand down, what they call it. They work with the community. Okay, what the community can fit in, where and how and whatever, to where they want to bring awareness to especially the homeless veterans. Okay, and they allowed me. I'm the only individual there. The rest of them had VFWs. The rest of them had businesses there. Okay, I'm the only individual there trying to push the arts and music and creative arts into the Wyoming VA clinic. For 2 years, I had it boosted to stand down, trying to get it started. Now they said, well, we can't have nothing here at the Wyoming CBOC. You have to go to Battle Creek. We don't want nothing here. Well, then about a month or two ago, they started music therapy at the Wyoming clinic here in the VA clinic. And so I went down there and talked to her, the lady who was here, and she said it was all her idea. She's the one paying for classes to be here. She's the one paying the VA to have classes here. It's all her idea. Nobody else had anything to do with it. And I said, well, it's funny. I didn't see you at any of the stand-downs I've been at. And I said, although I don't care who started what, I'm glad it's here. Not putting anything down. I'm glad it's there. I really am. I knock on wood. I'm glad it's there, and I hope that people show up for it. I really am. People may take my enthusiasm. It's considered as an insult and the other. I'm glad it's there. It may not be for me, but my approach to music, and I'm using that word very loosely, is by doing. I'm a musician, okay, and I come up here and play music for you because it helps me. I don't want to go to a place, and again, it's just nothing bad about what they're doing. Me, and talk. How does this song make? I said a couple of songs she played. I feel like I want to wring somebody's head off and just. Why not veterans? If you're going to use it as therapy, then teach them music so they can use that music to do the therapy with. All right, today we're going to learn how to play, for example, we're going to learn how to play in the Kid G. I want you to go home, and or if those that know how to write music and read music and know that plays, I want you to go home and write a song and come back and play it for us next week, and we want to figure out how you felt writing. Now that's making that veteran do something creative, and the other veterans have to figure out what he was thinking when he wrote it, or he, she. Now that's what I'm talking about, using the practical approach. So if I'm start teaching classes, working with community rebuilders, they are a great organization. I compliment them 100% time, all the time. Amy, I'm there. Working with Destry Powers, great guy, Army veteran, great guy. I'm going to take that approach with my classes. I'm right to the veterans. I'm not here as a peers. I'm not here as a host. I'm not here as a counselor. Tell you what you're doing wrong. Hey, together. So when someone tells me that they think, they take my idea with it, and they then think I'm the bad guy. Here's another idea. Here's another one. For the past, since 2016, I got the blue shirts at Jackson, Mississippi. I asked to buy it. I wanted to buy another because I knew one shirt, I'm not going forever. We only give one. Okay, all right. Well, so what if you've had them for sale? If you had extras for sale, we can, we could wait to get the extra one. Okay. Well, in 2017, I didn't go, so I don't know what happened there. In 2016, I took a poster with me behind me on my left over here, and I had all the veterans sign it. Well, you can't see it on Facebook, on my YouTube video. I had all the veterans there sign it, okay, as like a yearbook thing, okay. And I scanned it off and gave all the veterans their digital copy. I'll download it and print it all they want, okay. Well, 2018 they had them just like the kind I got that they gave out everybody for free. Well, they're taking some of my ideas. But here's the biggest one I've asked them about, is they give us all of the show. I don't know why that right now. I can get my hands on it and show you. It's 2 DVDs. It's a show. I don't know about you, but I've asked back in 2016, I've asked this again in 2018, why not make the Blu-ray disc available? If you don't want to give them, at least have them available where you can purchase.
I would buy that in a heartbeat. The Blu-ray, 4K video or something, watching it on your big screen TV with all your folks and family around it. They put hundreds of dollars into this program, and I really have been pushing it and pushing it. I still am backing it, even though they don't want me. That's fine. I support it. And I still tell you, if you're in the Grand Rapids area, Battle Creek area, go watch it this Sunday. It's a great show. It's a great show. But they my enthusiasm. They don't like my be all you can be attitude. That's what kind of attitude I had in the Army. And I said, if Ray's available. Well, they had the jackets last year, so I bought an extra one. Well, if they give us the Blu-rays available, $1 a piece, whatever, 34, whatever it is. I would buy a couple of copies of it. And here's another approach that I've asked for this. I've asked the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival. Every year, the VA, whatever VAs want to host it, has to come up with donated money. And that's great, okay? However that works, it floats, okay? I'm not putting anything down. I take my approach as being negative. It's not negative. It's just ideas, okay? That's all we do. Artists have ideas like crazy. That doesn't mean we're right or wrong. Instead of having all money generations, why not also have a product line? Okay? Instead of, we're just going to depend solely on, we're going to also have the NVCAF logo on mouse pads, on phone covers, whatever, okay? They can make the money up that way as well and sell a product that people would buy, especially who've attended those shows. Okay? It's had a logo on a phone, not a year. Let's just say on the phone case it had NBC and the logo. Now, I bet you everybody that's attended one time or another would buy one. It might be for Android, it might be iPhone, whatever. It's also bringing money to help them with the next event. But see, all these ideas have put me in a bad light with it. That's the reason why they say I'm uncomfortable. Well, I'm an artist. I'm a creative artist. I'm a musician. I'm a songwriter. My brain, I was a clinician for years. I'm always trying to think of ways to making things happen. Doesn't mean I'm bad. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Okay? And in fact, guys, he's been going there for 12 years. I don't exactly know what he does, how he gets it does, and I won't say his name. But he bought, I filmed the whole thing last year with this little bitty video camera. This little bitty camera. Okay? It's in high def, good quality. Okay? And I put it on four Blu-ray discs now. It took me 4 Blu-ray discs to do this, 4 or 5. High definition video. I did this off this little Coke, I call it a Coke, it's about the size of a Coke can. If I could do that off a little camera, and they're shooting fucking 4K video cameras, man. I mean, professional video cameras. They put it on Blu-ray. Why does it take a participant who worry about doing this, going on show, doing this thing, recording video, photographing, everything? It takes me to do it all. No wonder they think they don't want me there because I make them uncomfortable. If every one of the persons who entered the NBC strived as hard as I did, we wouldn't just have 300 vets entered. We'd probably have that 10 times over. But they don't. I'm not putting them down. They run things their own way. And if you come in and try to offer a better or something or whatever, like I said, somebody's told me there's a wagon train around you. You can't play with them anymore. I've been pushing arts and music and creative arts here in Grand Rapids for the past years. I've got people at 620 Century can verify. I got people at the VA clinic here in Wyoming can verify that. And I've got people in the community verify that. In fact, that's what the influence of art and music. But yet now I'm shunned because of my idea. I'm put down. I'm the black sheep of the family. They tell me, Bill, because on Facebook, a bad name. Well, I guarantee you there's nothing I've said on Facebook that I went today on. Tell you no lie. I don't have to remember what I said because everything I said was the truth. But that's the main reason. And when I went on there and mentioned the group, I was in an NVCAF participants group. There are some people that are still there. There are some people in that group that got with me because I mentioned another thing. They had the logo changed. They had asked to get a new logo, CAF. Well, I entered it, create the contest. I just entered it, and I shared information with the people in the NBCAF participants group. Then they jumped up. Well, you think we need? Why do we need to change this for? What? We're not making the contest. I'm sharing it because they attacked me, saying how come it needs to be changed for. The musicians did that. The artists, not so much. When the musicians did, they didn't want nothing because they can't do that. They're the musicians. They jumped on me because I'm entered. I showed them what I entered. So because they sent an email out to Amy Kimber saying that I make them feel uncomfortable. They didn't know about whether it makes Bill feel uncomfortable. It used to be a time when I grew up, most of you is my age or older, if somebody's uncomfortable, you go straight and say, hey, I don't like this. We're in the playground no more. Well, mommy, he made me feel uncomfortable. That's what it feels like. Kids, not veterans who go into the main organization say, he makes me feel uncomfortable. I didn't have a chance at all to tell my side of the story is I'm just told I can't be there. What the hell for? Biggest supporters in this area on arts and music for veterans. I've been interviewed by Channel 9 and 10 News on them. They're telling me I can't. I've had people tell me I'm the poster child of music in Grand Rapids. They'd be there. They don't want to hear my side of the story. They just say I make other people feel uncomfortable. So I'm gonna tell you this: I'm still gonna be pushing arts and music, but I'm not gonna be doing it to the point where somebody can just tell me how to show up and happen. And sometimes I want to feel like I quit and do that. I'm not gonna let them tell me I can't do this anymore or that anymore. So anyway, here's my rant. I'm done. Have a good day.